My name is Jeffrey Nosanov. I work for NASA at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. In the mid to late 70s, NASA launched two spacecraft called the Voyager spacecraft. Their primary mission was to explore the outer planets. And after that was done, they got a secondary mission, which was to continue on to the edge of the solar system. Now, there are only two of these spacecraft, and the instruments they carry are 35 years old. So we have just enough data to ask 100 more questions. So what my project is about is showing how do we get back there, how do we get back to that distance with multiple spacecraft, with modern instruments, and how do we do it in less than 35 years? The idea is to get it down to at least half of what Voyager took. And it looks like it might be possible to do it in 10 to 15 years. The traditional way of getting things out that far in the solar system is to use what's called the gravity assist, which is where you send a spacecraft around a very, very large object like Jupiter, and that actually speeds up the spacecraft and it slows down the planet. It's a remarkable thing that nature lets us do. But that is very limited because you can only use Jupiter, really, and it doesn't let you go in whatever direction you want, and it's very limited. So what my team is looking into is something completely different, which is using solar sails, which are basically just like a sail on an ocean-going ship, but it uses light from the sun instead of wind. To use solar sails in interesting ways to get out there 3 or 4 times faster. The real key to going fast with a solar sail is to get your sail as close to the sun as possible and then have it push straight out. So there are some interesting ways of launching a sail-based spacecraft from Earth, and then through some very tricky maneuvers, you get it very close to the sun, and then the sun pushes really hard on it because it's very close and then pushes you straight out. So that's how you get very high speeds with a solar sail. For me, I'm in it for the really, really big picture, amazingly exciting stuff. When I think about my project, and by the way, I didn't mention, but we would ideally have about a dozen of these spacecraft in order to explore in all directions. What really captures my imagination is the thought of these spacecraft moving away from the sun for 1 million years and having sort of our presence as humanity leaving our solar system. I like the idea of an expanding sort of region of human knowledge that Voyager, of course, is still contributing to. It's still, they're both still alive and well, but eventually they won't be. And I think it would be a real shame, and I would think future generations would look back on us and say, why did you stop?